Good morning, YouTube. It's Sunday, January 17th, and today's gonna be a really simple, fast, illegal ninja video because I'm not really allowed to be making a vlog right now. Shh. And the point of the video today is to hear a little bit more about the theater you know, the theater you've done, and the theater you've watched. So I'd like to talk about first. I'm gonna talk about my first play that I ever acted in. Notwithstanding when I played Baby Jesus in the Nativity play. That's right. I played Jesus. Who would have thought it? The first play I ever acted in was a play called The Final Outing at my high school. My high school had a wonderful program which encouraged students to write and direct their own plays. We didn't really do any, Arthur Miller or Shakespeare or any of your traditional stuff you often see in high school auditoriums. We did student-written and directed play. The basic setup was this: 6 BFFs go to some cottage up north to have a blast, and a game of truth or dare goes very, very poorly. I played Sam, the eccentric egomaniac who had a bit of an obsession with 80s music. And two of my favorite theatrical stories revolve around this production. First is this: I probably would have slapped myself now if I had been directing me, since the playwright told me years later that she got really annoyed because my tendency wasn't because I didn't know my lines, I just liked making new lines up. That's right, I had no respect for the script. So there was a scene, for example, where we're all sitting down and everybody's eating sandwiches and they're supposed to say, "I have a tomato sandwich," or "I have a BLT." But it was actually just peanut butter. So one day I just said, "I have peanut butter." And audiences laughed and they found it funny. It was very obnoxious of me. But probably my favorite story was once we were in the middle of a scene and all 6 of us were there. And the drama teacher, who would always kind of assist the director, the student director, stopped and said, guys, you're best friends. You need to touch each other a little bit more. It's okay to touch each other. Why aren't you guys touching each other?" Except for you, Matt, you're touching everybody a little too much. So that was my first play, The Final Outing. I'd really like to know from all of you who watch my vlog what your first play ever was. What was your first role? What was your fondest memory of that experience? And if you've never been in a play or worked on a play, I'd still be really interested in knowing what the first play you ever saw was, or at least the first play you ever remembered. So let's talk about our firsts. Because sometimes it's nice to be remembered how you were touched for the very first time. I'm sorry. That was a really lame reference. Under 4 minutes, win!